What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. And we back with another video. And in this video, I want to speak on black men, entertainment, and drugs. And I want to start off this video by saying rest in peace to the comedian Fuquan Johnson. Rest in peace to that brother. My condolences goes out to him and his family. But there's something we can learn from this, fellas. There's something that we can learn from this. And it is the connection between the entertainment business or the entertainment world, black men, and drugs. Now, as we can see, or as we know, there is a very big drug addiction in the entertainment world. And there's a lot of us brothers who are caught up in it. And it's not simply because we like to do drugs. It is because we are in the entertainment industry where drugs and alcohol is readily available. It is readily available, especially if you are a star like Fuquan Johnson was. Fuquan was a star. He was not a D-list celebrity. He was not a small fry, what they will call in the entertainment world. He wasn't a small fry. But Fuquan fell victim to what a lot of our entertainment people fall victim to, and it's drug usage. And I want brothers to understand that when you have a talent, do not allow the business mess with how you portray your talent. Do not let the industry, the business behind your talent, dictate how you feel about yourself, how talented you may think you are. Because this is what the business does to a lot of us brothers. You see? And this is why a lot of us brothers get caught up and we get hooked on drugs, is because a lot of us realize that our talent is not enough. You see? A lot of us spend years and years and years of preparing for a certain time so we can have that opportunity. So we work years and years and years and years just to get that opportunity. And then when the opportunity presents itself, a lot of times us brothers are not pleased with what we're offered. And a lot of brothers still go along with it, thinking that they can fight through it. And what happens is a lot of times we get hooked on drugs trying to cope. Just trying to cope. And what I want brothers to understand is this is what happens when you deal with the entertainment world. This stuff will weigh on you. Even just being here on YouTube, it can weigh on you if you're trying so hard to fit into something. You see? A lot of us brothers who are in the entertainment world have not healed from the things that have plagued us before we got this success. This is why I say we have to heal before we build, brothers, because if we build before we heal, we're going to do what? We're going to continue to open up those wounds. And this is what happens to a lot of us brothers in the entertainment world who come from nothing, right? And who haven't addressed their traumas. They haven't healed from what hurt them. See, because poverty hurts Black men two ways. It hurts us physically and it hurts us mentally. So a lot of the hardships that we went through growing up, it affected us mentally and it affected us physically. But see, a lot of us Black men, we don't understand just how mentally we've been scarred by the things that we went through. We don't know. Because we're only taught to pay attention to the physical hurt, to the physical danger, to the physical threats. And this is how a lot of us get into these industries and we get hooked on these drugs. It's because we originally were lost. You see, we were lost. And we think that once we found some money or we found some form of material success, that the pain goes away. And a lot of us Black men realize that never numbs, that never stops the pain. It numbs it. It numbs it. You see? And what we don't know, which I'm getting ready to let a lot of brothers know, and you can easily look it up because it's readily available, but the drugs that are coming in to the United States now, most of it is cut, especially narcotics. It's cut with fentanyl. That is what it's cut with. So understand, your cocaine, your heroin, ecstasy pills, all of your narcotics, your Percocets, your Xannies, right? Your Adderall, all of these drugs that are known drugs to be used in the entertainment business. Jay-Z even spoke about it in his song, Empire State. MDMA got you feeling like a champion. Y'all remember that? MDMA, they say, is the raw substance that's inside of ecstasy pills. MDMA is what they call Molly's. Remember, Jay-Z talked about it in the song Empire State with him and Alicia Keys. MDMA got you feeling like a champion. So we have to understand that all these drugs I just named, they are now being cut with fentanyl. They're being cut with fentanyl. They're using fentanyl to stretch these drugs. See, before they were using other things, which I won't name because, you know, if that wasn't what you were a part of at one point, that's not something I'm going to disclose. But the heroin now, all of your cocaine, it has all been laced with fentanyl. Even some of the marijuana, like your K2s and all of this synthetic marijuana that's going around, that's A lot of that stuff is spiked with fentanyl and other types of drugs and chemicals that will kill you. Some people system is designed where if you use it a couple times, you use it over and over, you may not die right away. But as they spoke about in this article that I'm getting ready to bring to y'all, that will also be down in the description box for you to read for yourself, fentanyl is 3 times as powerful as heroin. So if they're using this super powerful opiate to cut all of the drugs that's now coming into the US, we have to understand, brothers, that it could be something that they're using to kill us. You see, we have to understand that the stuff that we're using is killing us. So while you thinking you going to get your normal get high, nah, man, there's some stuff in there that'll take you out. And it's been taken out half of middle America. See, they don't want to show that on the news. But we already know that places like Idaho and all of these little places in the middle of America is being destroyed by the opioid epidemic. We already know that. So let's get into this article. Let's get into this article. Make sure y'all like and share the show. Make sure y'all like and share this video. It's very important. It says comedian Fuquan Johnson, 2 others dead after overdose on fentanyl-laced coke. Fentanyl-laced coke. I just said what they were cutting it with. Now they're going to say it was laced. No, it's being cut with fentanyl. It says a batch of fentanyl-laced cocaine killed a comedian and 2 others and left the ex-girlfriend of Darius Rucker in a Los Angeles hospital, a report says. Fuquan Johnson, writer for Comedy Parlor Live, died after overdosing at a Venice home Friday night, according to TMZ. 2 other victims were pronounced dead at the scene, the outlet said. Comedian Kate Quigley, who lives next door to the house and recently dated the Hootie and the Blowfish singer, was hospitalized in critical condition, according to the report. So basically, you have comedians and actors and models, like they do, right? Like they do in Hollywood. They come together and they get high. And that's what happened. They were all just getting high together. And it says that Kate Quigley lived next door. So it sounds like they always got high together. They were neighbors. The medical examiner will officially determine what killed Johnson, 42, and other unarmed victims. But sources tell the outlet all 4 people were ingesting coke tainted with the super powerful opioid, fentanyl, a synthetic painkiller that is 100. Excuse me, y'all. I said 3 times. The report says 100. I didn't want to exaggerate, but I was completely wrong. Fentanyl, a synthetic painkiller that is 100 times more potent than heroin. Now, we all know, we all from the ghetto, right? Well, the ones that's from the ghetto, or whether you're from the ghetto or not. Shit, drugs ain't got nothing to do with the ghetto. But if you know anything about drugs, right? We all knew, or we all was taught that growing up, especially black men, we were taught that heroin, what we call dope, dog food, was the most powerful opioid. If you was on dope, you was on that dog food, you were looked at as a different type of get high person. If you were on heroin, you're on a different level of getting high. But here it is, they have something synthetic that's 100 times more potent than heroin. Now we know heroin is more potent than cocaine. We know that. Heroin is more potent than cocaine. This is why most people who use heroin, when they're on heroin, it becomes a need. It's not just an addiction. It becomes a way of life for you. And a lot of heroin addicts say that the heroin is their medicine. You see, it's not just a get high, it's their medicine. So we have an opioid, a synthetic opioid called fentanyl that's 100 times more potent than heroin. And this is what now they're putting in all the drugs. They're lacing all the drugs because they're trying to find a way to wipe out black men. They're trying to find a way to wipe out black men. They couldn't lock us up enough. They can't shoot us enough. The gang violence is not killing us quick enough. So let's try another way. Let's start lacing all of the drugs. See, because you got to remember, cocaine is something that's normally used in Hollywood, in the entertainment world, in the sports world. Drugs is a common thing. Don't think it's not. Sex, drugs, and entertainment. Why do you think entertainers hang out with athletes? Entertainers hang out with everyone. They all hang out together because it's called sports and entertainment. That's the industry. And drugs is one of the big things when it comes to entertainers and athletes. So cocaine, sniffing a little coke with your friends, that's normal. So 9 times out of 10, the brother Fuquan, he was sniffing coke with them on a regular. I doubt if that was his first time. I highly doubt if that was the first time that brother used drugs, especially coke. Especially look who his friends were. His friend was Quigley. You see what I'm saying? So drugs and entertainment go hand in hand. Why does it go hand in hand? It goes hand in hand simply because it perpetuates the lost value system. It perpetuates the lost value system. That's why it goes hand in hand. Because see, when you got a lot of money, and you're practicing the lost value system, you become detached. You see, you become detached. And when you become detached from who you are and you become detached from your value system, there's no limits to what you would do when you just sitting back chilling. And that's what you saw happen here in Fuquan Johnson situation. He was taking part in some leisure, laying back, chilling. But by him practicing the lost value system, he just sitting around sniffing coke all day, just sniffing coke. You know, not a little bump here, a little bump there. He just sitting around with his friends, and they just getting high. And they just getting high, man. And this stuff killed him. So let's continue. Let me read the rest of the article. Fentanyl, a synthetic painkiller that is up to 100 times more potent than heroin, 100 times more potent than heroin, has been a factor in the deaths of Prince. See this synthetic painkiller, Prince, Mac Miller. Y'all remember Mac Miller? Mac Miller was a famous known hip hop artist. Hip hop / pop. Died over an overdose of what? Cocaine. He was sniffing coke that was laced with fentanyl. Tom Petty. In 2019, fentanyl was involved in more than 2/3 of all of New York City's overdoses. Pay attention to that, brothers. In 2019, 2/3 of the deaths in New York City were due to fentanyl overdoses. Data showed social media users have been warning of tainted coke making the rounds in cities' party scenes this spring and summer. So what they're saying is this is no longer a secret. You see, it's no longer a secret with this tainted coke going around, with these tainted drugs being spreaded through the party scenes. Brothers, this is why I say we have to heal before we build. We have to stop practicing and living with a lost value system. It is going to continue to contribute to our death, Black men, if we don't understand that the 10 life value system must replace the lost value system. See, brothers, if we don't understand this, we will continue to lose. We will continue to lose. We will continue to have generations of nothing. And this process of bioculturon will continue to happen, where they get young Black men off the streets into an industry, keep them high until they die, and then take everything that they made. As you can see, I just read in a report, Prince died from fentanyl overdose. His painkillers were laced with fentanyl. Mac Miller, fentanyl. And imagine the many others. Brothers, Black men in this entertainment business and drugs go hand in hand, man. We got to heal before we build, brothers. We got to stay away from these drugs. Get off these drugs. Get away from these people who are on these drugs. Because all we're going to do is continue to die. So y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this story, man. Once again, Rest in peace to the late, great Fuquan Johnson. Leave your comments down in the comment section. Also, if you would like to read the rest of the story, the link to the article will be in the description box. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Much love to the A-Game Nation. I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.